A lot of you in the comments might be typing, what in the world are you doing on Warzone? T-Dawg, have you lost your mind? The answer is yes. But in all seriousness, I have a few things that I want to talk about, and while I'm doing that, I want to play some Warzone because I have some history that I'd like to tell you about myself, and then I'd like to kind of tell you my current thoughts on where I see this Warzone. And I think a lot of you probably at home played a lot of Warzone back in the day, at least in the 2020 landscape. And 2020 jump spot for me was lumber. Now I need everybody to comment down below where they jumped in Warzone 1. And that was in 2020, and now we're in 2026, and it's the same map. But we're gonna get to all of that, guys. We're gonna get to all of that. Now, as I'm landing in here, I do want to give you a quick history lesson. And if you didn't know, I actually was a creator. Obviously, I'm a content creator, but I was a content creator on this game first. Like, when I first started doing content, my goal, I guess my first couple videos that really did well was actually on Warzone. I like everybody else, I tried to do Fortnite content in the beginning because I really love that game, like the early game, like season 1 and 2. That didn't happen, you know, because there's Ninja and all that we were kind of trying to compete against. But yeah, once Warzone came out, I would probably classify this as one of my favorite games of all time. Now, obviously, you have Golden Age Call of Duty, and you have, you know, early Fortnite for me. And then I think Warzone's probably in that mix, like probably third. I just feel like they absolutely nailed it. And it was kind of at a time where Call of Duty was really struggling. I mean, I always talk about this in a lot of my videos where, you know, we had Infinite Warfare, World War II, Black Ops 4, and then MW19 came out and surprise launched Warzone. And man, Call of Duty was back at the top for a little bit. And so it feels weird because I used to do this all the time, and now I don't play this game at all. This is the first time I've played Warzone, dead serious. Oh, hang on. I have somebody near me here. This is probably the first time I've played Warzone in legit, I mean, for a video, it could be 3 years. Now, the big part of that reason was when Warzone 2 came out, was super excited like everybody else was. And I just think that they botched it. I mean, the game was terrible. They changed Warzone in a way that was terrible. And I just lost passion for Warzone. I felt like they were making all the wrong decisions. I feel like even during Cold War and Vanguard, even though it was kind of like iffy, it was still fun to play. And now, you know, Warzone 2 made me go, okay, wait a second. They might not know what they're doing. And so, where is this guy? Hold on a second, folks. We got a full team here. Does this guy not know I'm here? Brother, sit still. Okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine here, guys.
Reloading.
But as I was saying, when Warzone 2 comes out, I'm kind of just like, I'm kind of just so disappointed. And that was actually an era where I ended up like creating Star Wars content. Like that was the nature of me creating T-Dawg Plays, which if you haven't subscribed yet, that's me playing other games. And Star Wars. Like I had a Star Wars channel that I made because I actually thought that I was kind of done with Call of Duty. Because I felt like they were just doing stuff that... Okay, what is going on? I felt like they were making decisions that were just not good.
Bounty contract been pulled.
I'm so confused what's going on right now. Now, let me be honest with you guys. There's people on the hot mic, but I am playing casuals, okay? Let me be straight up honest, because I tried to find a match and I couldn't find one. So that's not good. Maybe I'm assuming everybody just plays this now and just gets their gunny warm and all that. So anyway, back to the history lesson. I just really fell out of love with everything that Call of Duty was doing in like 2022 and then 2023. And are these real people? I can't tell if they're real people or not, because they were all talking in the hot mic, which means they're real. What's that? Okay, but anyway, I think the big so I think the big reason that I wanted to check out Warzone again after 3 years was with the announcement of Blackout yesterday. And I have a few thoughts on this. By the way, my class setup is generic. I don't even know what it is. I have a few thoughts on this, and I don't know if you guys follow what's going on with Call of Duty right now anymore, because I mean, I feel like a lot of you don't. I really appreciate you still watching my videos, even though you don't give a rip about Call of Duty. But they announced Blackout 2. It's like called Black Ops Royale or something like that. It's pretty much Blackout 2. And to me, I actually have to say something. And I know you guys aren't going to believe me, but I genuinely think I'm excited for it. Now, do I think it's going to change the state of Call of Duty? Do I think it's going to bring people back? No. I really don't. I honestly don't know what's going to bring people back to Call of Duty. I think that's the biggest concern that I have as a creator. It's like, what could bring somebody back to this game if they've left it? And especially too, I think the one thing that I noticed about Blackout is it's a very niche game mode. Like Black Ops 4 was not played. By the way, that's where it comes from. Blackout was from Black Ops 4. There are some of you guys that's never even played that game before. And so I feel like we're bringing back a game mode that was in a particularly niche Call of Duty. And at the same time, I can't tell if these are real people or not. I really can't. I mean, they feel like they're bots.
Saw the light there.
I mean, it feels like they're bots, but there's people in the hot mic. So I think that they think that there's going to be this big refresh and reset, and people are going to be like bouncing back for Blackout, when a lot of people were playing were playing Fortnite in 2018. They weren't playing Blackout. So it's like you're trying to make this thing the revival of Call of Duty when a small population of people actually played the first version. Now, why I'm excited to actually play this game is I think they've actually done something that I've been asking for Warzone forever to do to make it more fun to play. And that is where there's no loadouts and there's perks on the ground. And there's just things that make it not be as, I don't need this. Why am I doing this? Not as grindy, I guess is the word that I'm looking for, because here's the thing. Like, I know a bunch of my buddies who play games now. They don't have all month to grind the next meta. Like, okay, yeah, I ranked up my M15 and now it's meta, and you know what? In 2 days, it's not going to be meta. So those people have just quit. They don't play the game anymore. Now, on top of the game being super sweaty for people, I think that's another topic we could talk about. I think this game has gotten so fast and so slidey and so just extra. It's just gotten super duper sweaty. And only the people left are sweats. And if you hop on a game and it's not casuals, you're going to go against the guy with the meta and you're just going to get worked. And so, you know, my brother-in-law used to play Blackout a lot, and he loved Blackout because he didn't have to have the meta. He could pick up whatever it was back in the day, KN-44, put a couple attachments on it, and then he would be good just as much as the next person. Now, it doesn't mean he's going to win every match, but at least he's in a fair fight. And I think that's what like Apex and Fortnite have always done so well with Battle Royale. They've not depended on somebody grind. When you grind the game, is to get better at it. It's not because this guy has a better gun than you. And so I think that's a big portion of why I think Blackout could be successful. But here's the thing, and here's what I think they're not understanding either is, from what I see with Blackout, it's not going to be like the only mode you can play. So there's still like, it's still like a limited time mode, if that makes sense. Now, I don't know if that's 100% certain. Like, is that it? What was that? So like, I'm trying to describe it as, you know, when in Warzone 3, when they added like the gummy version and you're bouncing around and it's crazy, and that was a limited time mode. And so you had like a little square that you could select and blah, 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 blah. And I think the problem I have with them making this Black Ops Royale or Blackout 2, whatever you want to call it, a limited time mode is, it might not encourage people to click on it. And so I feel like if they were actually going to launch this as like the next big thing, there would be more hype. They're almost advertising it as like another mode that you can play. I think you'll be able to play Warzone Casuals, you'll be able to play Warzone Verdansk, you'll be able to play Rebirth Island, and then you'll be able to play Black Ops Royale. And to me, it's like, isn't the sweats just gonna go on that mode too? Like, they're not putting everybody in the same pile of player. And I think that's, again, what these other battle royales do so well. I think the only thing that Fortnite's really broken up is build and no build. You know, like, that's the two that you can choose from if you want to play battle royale. And I think Warzone needs to take that step of, okay, Warzone 1 is a dead product. Like, this product here, I think, in my opinion, is a dead product. I don't think people care about this anymore. I think this version of Warzone, spam, go get your loadout, push people, it's just not coming back. I think that there'll still be a small niche audience that play it, and that's great and all, but I think you could honestly let it go and let it die. And so I think that they should make this its own thing. Like, I think they should make Blackout the main thing and make it for like a month or like 2 weeks and see the reaction of the audience. You know, they're even trying to do like a midnight launch for this thing. And I think it comes out on like Tuesday at midnight. Like, I think that that's cool. Like, it kind of gives you that old school vibe of, oh wow, we're getting a brand new Call of Duty game and it's gonna be at midnight. I think that that's cool. But if it's only a limited time mode, then why the heck are people going to click on it? People aren't even going to know it's there. That's going to be the funny thing. When it's like, oh, there's a new battle royale? So, and maybe I'm wrong on that, but I don't think I am. I think people will just hop on, a casual hop on, play Warzone casual and be done. Like, he's not looking for other stuff to do. So, I just look at the landscape of battle royales, and I don't know if there's something that, you know, again, with Battlefield, I love the way they did their battle royale. Now, unfortunately, they didn't support their battle royale, and it's pretty much dying because of it. But like, I love the fact that you don't have to have the meta. Like, yes, you can win with your gun, you can build a little loadout, but again, they don't come very often in that game. They're harder to get. They're shared loadouts, and like, it's just not dependent on it. You don't have to have your loadout to win games. I've won games without a loadout. And so going back to battle royale with not a dependence on a class, I think is going to be really healthy for Call of Duty. But once again, I think they need to keep it as the main mode. Let it be the main mode. And let battle royale chill for a little bit and see, like, if you get a reaction of like, bring back my Warzone, I guess you bring it back. But also, you know, Call of Duty needs to be okay with like, hey, we're sunsetting this, you know, and we're moving on from it. We feel like the population is not as good as it once was, and we're gonna move on from it. I think they would. I don't know how many people they would actually lose, because people are playing other games now. You know, they're playing Arc Raiders and Marathon and Battlefield and Fortnite again, and single player games like myself playing Resident Evil. Like, people are just playing other stuff. And so I think to create a little excitement, maybe you make it where it's the only thing and you make people try it, because maybe people will go back and they'll try it and they'll go, wow, I actually really enjoy Call of Duty and I enjoy the physics of Call of Duty and the guns, but I just didn't enjoy the way Warzone was. And I think that's that's a very real possibility. I really do. because even playing this right now, like, it's not terrible, but I just feel like I'm like mindlessly in a battle royale right now with no real consequences. Like, I'm just running around, I'm playing bots. I don't really have to, like, my heart's not beating. Like, you remember your first battle royale, man, win? Your heart was beating, you're going crazy, everybody's celebrating. And I think partially that's because they've kind of lost the reason for the game. The reason for the game was, hey, we want to try to win against real people. And as I say that, another thing pops up on my screen there. You can't see it, but on the right side, I can see people talking. And I think that's what Blackout can bring back. It can bring back there's no bots. There's no bots in this mode. There's real people. There's only, I think, one redeploy token. I think they're taking the approach of, so original Blackout didn't have a redeploy. There was no buy station. There was no nothing. Like, when you died, which you can argue it actually makes it harder to get a win, and it actually makes it worth something. But I think in today's world, you have to have at least like one buyback. So I think that's what they're doing. I think it's like Battlefield, where you get that one kind of buyback if you guys have played it. Like, you can die in Battlefield, and then you get an automatic respawn. But then if you die again, your teammate has to then get you, which I think is I think that's been really good. And I think that's what I liked about Battlefield 2 was also, like, the storm came in, and if the storm comes in and if the storm hits you, you die. It's not like you can chill on the gas and make all these crazy gas plays. It just makes everything like harder. And I think that is what I enjoyed about Battlefield. It felt fresh. I just wish they would have updated it, man. So with all that to say, like, as I play this battle royale match and don't run into a real person the entire time, I do think that they have something here. You know, I've been very critical of Call of Duty lately, and I think with good reason. I think that they're making terrible decisions, and I don't think that they're making like the right ones a lot of the time. And so I think them doing Blackout kind of encourages me to be like, okay, there are some good ideas left over there. But will they make a good decision and like, oh, that was a real person right there. You're telling me that was a real person with a Fallout skin? I might be genuinely in a bot lobby. Like I said, I haven't played this game for 3 years. So I'm wondering if, oh, that's a real person for sure. People don't buy back. Hold on a second. Let me cook here.
Impact, no hit.
Let me cook here.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Let me see if I can cook here. There we go. See, it gets the heart going a little bit. I think they're outside.
You've got gas.
Let's get a UAV in the air. Let's see if I remember how to do this. It's the Fallout guy again. Yeah, this is a bot lobby, 100%. These are real people, but this is a bot lobby. Oh! Daddy still got it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, don't think I'm too good, guys, because those were real people, but they were definitely on the, hey, this guy hasn't played a game in a while. Let's toss him a bot lobby to make him feel better about himself. Not only am I in casuals, I'm also in a bot lobby casual. That's insanity. That is absolutely insanity. But while we're still here, I mean, we got 49 people left. I kind of want to commentate the rest of this game here. What do you guys think about the state of what's going on in the battle royale landscape? I think another thing that I was gonna actually, I meant to say this earlier and I didn't. I also think that maybe this could be a bad idea, but it feels like a good idea. You know how like Treyarch, it used to be where zombies was their thing? Sometimes I wonder if Warzone should be in that same kind of area. You know, like, should Warzone be something that only comes out every once in a while and it kind of sparks the interest again? Because I feel like now that we've gotten zombies in like 5 straight Call of Duties, I feel like that is kind of worn out. Like people don't really care about zombies like they used to. I remember like hyping up the new zombies so much, and now it's like, all right, yeah, I mean, it's cool and all, but it's not that cool. And I wonder if that could be the case for Warzone. And the reason I'm saying that is I think MW4 or whatever it's going to be called I do think that that's going to be very DMZ heavy. Now I think that they'll call it something else. It'll be DMZ 2, kind of like Blackout. It's like, this is Blackout 2, but you decided to call it Call of Duty Black Ops Warzone.
10 remain. You're almost done here.
Is that a real person? Dude, I can't tell these people. That might be real. Why does my guns have no bullets?
Gas is inbound.
Okay, sometimes I do miss Warzone a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, even though if I don't know if these are real people or not. But I was going back to the Modern Warfare point. I really do think if they took the approach of making a really easy hands-on extraction shooter that's first person, and like Modern Warfare is DMZ, like their extraction. They update extraction over time. And then Sledgehammer is the people who do Warzone, and when it's their game, they update Warzone. And Treyarch is zombies. Like, I think having an identity for every studio would be so big. That's a real person.
Your squad's in the top 5. You're in the top 3. Don't let up.
Where's the audio?
5 was still standing.
That dude just ran right. Okay, so the audio hasn't changed in 6 years since I played this game. But yeah, guys, hey, that's casuals right there. 24 kills, baby. World record. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about, you know, Blackout. Do you even know that that game's coming? Do you even know it's coming out? And what are your thoughts on like dividing the studios? Do you think Battle Royale's kind of dead? I don't know. I just want to do this kind of yap and talk video because I saw the Blackout news and I figured you guys might want to know my thoughts. So that's my thoughts on the current state of Warzone. I think this feels just like and I'm excited to see what Blackout 2 is going to be like, man. I played it a bunch back in the day, so I hope it's good, and I hope it can bring a little revival. I don't expect it to like be Warzone 2020 level, but just like some positive like sentiment around a game, and I hope people enjoy it, and maybe they decide like, hey, let's make that the permanent mode. I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are. Subscribe if you're new, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. And look at this. This is just a commentary, man. I'm leaving it. No cuts.